Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty heavy.
His fight with Dricus is going to be
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Dricus is scary. That's a guy who's so big for 85.
the way he looked against. I
Whitaker.
didn't give him a chance against Robert Whitaker, and boy was I wrong.
Well, also that's after he got his
He
DDA
got his nose done.
surgery,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I think, it's a big factor.
Yeah.
Being able to breathe out of your
if
nose.
you can't breathe, you can't fight.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's like Dricus looks awkward when he
Yeah.
fight. He moves different,
Yeah.
but that movement and that awkwardness makes him difficult to time.
Mhm.
It's like his timing is off.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anybody that can imitate that kind of stutter step motion that he does,
Yeah.
Joe Rogan has just reacted to the scary training footage of Dricus Du Plessis ahead of his fight with Khamzat Chimaev. However, Dricus Du Plessis is locked into an intense training camp ahead of his showdown with Khamzat Chimaev. Based primarily in Pretoria, South Africa, his team has zeroed in on takedown defense, scrambling drills, and building gas tank endurance to counter Khamzat's wrestling-heavy pressure. DDP has also spent time in Thailand refining his striking, focusing on sharp counters and body shots designed to slow Chimaev down early. His coaches believe the key lies in staying calm under fire and dragging Chimaev into deep waters. They've brought in high-level grapplers to simulate Khamzat's style and are emphasizing pace control, knowing that Dricus tends to get stronger as the fight goes on. Confidence in the camp is high, with DDP believing he has the experience, heart, and awkward style to hand Chimaev his first real test.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die.
Moreover, Rainier de Ridder recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming clash between Dricus Du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev, suggesting that many fans are sleeping on Du Plessis. He acknowledged that at first glance, Dricus's fighting style can appear wild or unorthodox, but emphasized that it's deceptive. According to de Ridder, Du Plessis has a unique ability to adapt mid-fight and consistently find a path to victory, regardless of how things begin.
Khamzat versus Du Plessis. Predictions?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are underestimating Dricus right now. If you look at like fights they've had, it looks a bit sloppy when Dricus fights, but he always gets them. He gets better as longer as the rounds go on.
De Ridder also expressed confidence in Du Plessis' chances of weathering Chimaev's early storm. He believes that if Dricus can handle the pressure in the opening rounds, he's more than capable of turning the tide and taking over down the stretch. In fact, de Ridder sees a real possibility of DDP pulling off a late stoppage, maybe even in the championship rounds. Still, he kept it grounded, adding that the outcome remains uncertain until the cage door closes.
And I think he can survive that early onslaught of Khamzat. So I think Dricus can pull the win out. Maybe a late finish, 4th or 5th round. But we'll see.
However, Joe Rogan called Dricus Du Plessis a scary middleweight, noting his size, strength, and unpredictable style. He admitted he didn't expect Dricus to beat Robert Whitaker, especially before his nasal surgery, which greatly improved his breathing and cardio. Rogan explained that Dricus's awkward movement and stutter step rhythm throw off opponents, making him hard to time and prepare for. That unpredictability, combined with improved endurance, makes Du Plessis a serious threat in the division. Moreover, Darren Till praised Dricus Du Plessis for his work ethic and unconventional style, saying he's a tough fighter to figure out. However, he still sees Khamzat Chimaev winning quickly, likely by stoppage within 2 rounds. Till said he recently spoke with Chimaev and knows he's taking the challenge seriously, but remains confident that Khamzat's power and pace will be too much early on.
You think he beats Khamzat, your boy?
No, look, with respect, I'm never going to look past Dricus because he trains hard, he's super dedicated, he's super strong, and he's got that awkward style that doesn't make any sense. I think Khamzat will beat him inside the 2 rounds. I really do believe that. But look, Khamzat knows. I was speaking to Khamzat on the FaceTime the other day because I'm meant to be going out to Dubai to help with the camp. Khamzat knows it's a tough fight, but, you know, Khamzat trains like a beast. I do think Khamzat gets it in 2 rounds done.
Ariel Helwani described Du Plessis as a slow starter who gradually finds his rhythm during fights. He said Dricus tends to study his opponents early, then slowly adjusts and turns the tide. Helwani believes even if Chimaev dominates the beginning, Du Plessis has the ability to adapt and take control in the later rounds.
I think he takes him to deep water and he figures it out, and I think it's like a learning lesson for him and all this stuff.
However, Dricus Du Plessis has been fully focused on sharpening his skills for Chimaev, with high-intensity sessions centered on cardio, grappling defense, and striking accuracy. His coaches are guiding him through specific scenarios he may face in the cage, making sure every session builds both physical strength and mental sharpness. Moreover, Ilia Topuria gave credit to both fighters, noting Chimaev's aggressive finish-first mentality and Du Plessis' grit. Though friendly with both men, Topuria said he's simply looking forward to a high-level clash between 2 dangerous contenders and hopes to see both perform at their best.
He's the man. He's a savage. He calls him his shots. He finishes his opponents. When he goes inside the octagon, you know that that guy goes for the finish. He's not looking for the decision. That's why I respect Khamzat. He's a beast. So he deserves to fight for the title as soon as possible. We're gonna have an amazing fight because I love Dricus Du Plessis. He's a great human being. I have a great relationship with him. I have a great relationship with Khamzat also. But as a fan of mixed martial arts, it's gonna be a very exciting fight. I hope the best man wins, and I wish best of the luck to both of them.
Demetrius Johnson warned that if Chimaev doesn't end the fight early, his pace could drop. He recalled past fights where Khamzat slowed down in later rounds. Johnson also pointed out Du Plessis' awkward movements and long reach, which could frustrate Chimaev and allow Dricus to take over.
If Chimaev cannot get him down,
he will. But yeah.
But let's say he does get him down.
Yep.
And he doesn't finish him, right? I think he's spent. Because you look at his fights. You look when he fought Gilbert Burns, when he fought Kamaru Usman. He had Kamaru Usman fully mounted, back hooks and everything, right?
Yep.
Working for the choke, pounding him, could not finish him,
Couldn't get him.
The rest of the time, he could not find it was shadow boxer. Granted, he might be sick or whatever.
Yep.
But if he cannot figure it out within those first 2 rounds or the first round he gets him down, I think DDP is gonna do what he does best.
Yep.
He's gonna be awkward. He's gonna be do the kicks, and I think DDP is gonna beat him.
Yeah.
Like
I could see it.
I think Khamzat Chimaev is more athletic, more traditional, but I think that awkwardness of the old what did he say? The lanky man style.
Yep.
I think DDP is gonna put in the bag.
Bo Nickel strongly backed Chimaev, crediting his elite wrestling as a major advantage. He said wrestling continues to dominate MMA and mentioned other top grapplers like Makachev and Marab as proof. Even strikers, he noted, rely on strong wrestling foundations, and Chimaev fits that mold perfectly.
I would, just based on the styles, I just think the grappling style, I might be biased. I'm definitely biased, but I think the grappling style is so hard to beat, and it's so hard to defend against. And I guess if you look at it from a analytical point of view, you have so many. It's really become the dominant force in the sport. You got Marab, you got Islam, you got Bilal, you got Khamzat. You even have you can even look at Topuria. Obviously, people know he's more of a boxing style, and he does a lot more striking. But his background is wrestling. He did that before anything else, and so it's really wrestlers that are dominating, grapplers that are dominating the sport right now. And so I think that I would give the edge to Khamzat.
Nickel did add a caution. Chimaev hasn't proven himself in deep waters yet. He acknowledged Du Plessis' proven cardio and endurance in 5-round fights. If the bout reaches the championship rounds, Nickel thinks Du Plessis may have an edge, though he still favors Chimaev overall due to his grappling control.
But we still have yet to see Khamzat ever fight a 4th and a 5th round. We've seen that from DDP, and so that's where he would have the advantage. If it goes deep, 4th and 5th round, I think that DDP might be able to pull it out, but all in all, I think the grappling style is definitely an overwhelming style to try to deal with.
Robert Whitaker praised Chimaev's wrestling, saying it's hard to deal with because of its combination of strength and technique. At the same time, he acknowledged that Du Plessis is very durable and tough to finish. Whitaker believes if anyone can survive Chimaev's early assault, it's Dricus, thanks to his stamina and composure.
Khamzat and DDP, the next fight. Who do you think is going to walk away as the champion?
I can't see anyone really stopping Chimaev's takedowns. His takedowns are so hard to stop. It's super high level. Can DDP drag it into those later rounds? Can it get through the first grappling exchanges and then start to capitalize on his just persistence, doggedness to go away? Honestly, if Chimaev can't get DDP out of there, DDP wins. DDP wins almost every fight. You can't get rid of him, right? Because he's like mold, dude.
Kamaru Usman spoke from experience, saying Chimaev's early control is hard to escape, especially when he gets behind you. His grip strength and pressure can overwhelm opponents quickly, but Usman questioned whether Chimaev can apply that same dominance against Du Plessis, whose style and size pose a different challenge.
Khamzat Chimaev on your back round 1 is not easy to get off. And then he was able to sink that in. And that goes to show how strong of a squeeze this freaking dude had.
Could he pull that same style against Dricus Du Plessis? Because I will say this.
1000%.
Michael Bisping stated that Chimaev's clearest path to victory is an early finish. He reminded fans of Du Plessis' stellar record, 23 wins, just 2 losses, and an 11-fight streak. He also noted that this would be Dricus' 3rd title defense and highlighted major victories over Adesanya and Strickland.
And I'm telling you, he's going to try and finish Dricus Du Plessis straight away. And that's his best bet. Now, Dricus Du Plessis, this man's on fire, right? He's 23-2 overall. He's on an 11-fight win streak. He's got 10 wins in the UFC. And of course, this will be his 3rd title defense. He beat Sean Strickland by unanimous decision. He choked out Israel Adesanya in the 4th round. And he took the belt, as we know, in a close split decision victory over Sean Strickland way back at UFC 297. But they always say when you become the champion, you get 30% better. This man is improving all the time.
Bisping warned that Du Plessis might surprise Chimaev if he expected an easy ground finish. Dricus has solid submission skills and once tapped out multiple black belts. While Chimaev looked great in his last fight at middleweight, Bisping stressed that Du Plessis is bigger, evolving fast, and no easy opponent.
And just take down Dricus Du Plessis and just choke him out, right? Like he's some schmuck. Like he doesn't know what he's doing. Like he's not someone that choked out an entire black belt jiu-jitsu team, one after the other. Then I think Khamzat Chimaev will be in for a rude awakening. Now, of course, since Khamzat Chimaev moved up to 185 pounds, he's looked phenomenal, okay? The way that he destroyed Robert Whitaker, that was so impressive.
Jamal Hill leaned slightly toward Du Plessis, saying he often exceeds expectations. He praised Dricus' strength and stamina and pointed out that Chimaev tends to fade later in fights. Hill believes Du Plessis' awkward striking could create key moments, though he still acknowledged Chimaev's grappling as a constant danger.
I probably favor DDP in that one, just for the simple fact of I've doubted this dude so many times now, and he's shut me up bad every every time. It may look like he's like fatiguing or he's like slowing down, but he's really not. I think he's got the better cardio. His physical strength, I believe, can pose a problem for anybody in that division. We've seen Khamzat fade over the course of rounds before. I just believe Dricus has a really, really awkward way of throwing strikes that's not easy to time, get a read on. So I believe he will land. So I probably lean more towards DDP, but you can't count a guy like Khamzat out. I believe he's one of the best natural pure grapplers. He does have the ability to throw some hands too. So it's interesting.
Coach Eric Nixon praised Dricus Du Plessis for his growth and discipline, noting that while his style may seem wild, it's actually well practiced and intentional. He explained that Du Plessis' awkward rhythm makes him tough to read and disrupts opponents' timing. Nixon believes the best way to deal with him is to take him down early and maintain control before he finds his rhythm.
I'm so curious to how Khamzat and DDP plays out. I feel like DDP's going to be able to weather the storm the first 2 rounds and then start taking off the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. What do you think?
I do too. I've studied DDP a bunch. Super respectful, nice guy. He's very well coached. Just his overall development, he's jumped leaps and bounds in between that Brad fight to now being a world champion. People think it looks erratic, but it's not. It's very calculated what he's trying to do. It's a lot of those same reps that he does, but there's a motion to him that's kind of hard to gather rhythm. How do you eliminate all that? Take a guy down, put him on his back.
Chael Sonnen shared his thoughts on the Chimaev versus Du Plessis matchup, making it clear that this is a tough fight for both men. He emphasized that controlling Du Plessis on the ground is no easy feat, as no one has truly managed to do it yet. Sonnen also highlighted the strength of the middleweight division, naming emerging talents like Kyle Barboza, Bo Nickel, and Dennis Tuliulin, while noting that veterans like Sean Strickland are still major players. According to him, the division is as competitive and exciting as it's ever been.
I mean, this isn't a simple fight where you go, well, go out and take him down. It's like, yeah, good luck. Go out and take him down. Yeah, it's true. And then you got to hold him there once you do it. Oh, and by the way, nobody else has taken down and held Dricus there. Like, this fight is starting to look different. The entire division is starting to look different. There's never been a time that 185 pounds has had such a spotlight on it. I'm watching this guy, Kyle Barrow, myself. I'm thinking this guy might quietly be the real assassin of that division, but that's not easy to say. I think Bo Nickel go all the way to the top. And I think that DeRinner is greatly underrated. And I don't think Sean Strickland is ready to move on just yet. Like, 185 is a really exciting proposition.
In a follow-up comment, Sonnen acknowledged that while Chimaev is the rightful favorite, predicting how he'll win is a different story. He said that although he leans toward picking Chimaev, he's unsure if Khamzat can dominate Du Plessis the way some expect. For Sonnen, the opening round is crucial. If Chimaev secures an early takedown, it could set the tone. But if Du Plessis fends him off early, Sonnen believes the momentum may shift in the South African's favor as the fight progresses.
Is it a surprise that Chimaev is a favorite? No, I would expect him to be. But I also feel as though if I were predicting this today, I would lean Chimaev. As long as you didn't ask me a follow-up question. Like if I told you, hey, I think Chimaev's going to beat Dricus. Okay, great. If we all get up and walk out of the room, we're fine. The problem is if you're going to ask me how. How is he going to beat him? Because I am not fully confident that Chimaev can take him down at will. I'm not fully confident he can keep him there. We're going to know in the very first round. If Dricus gets taken down in the first round, things are going to unravel very quickly. But if he can defend a takedown for the entire first 5 minutes, it's only going to get easier to stay on your feet after that. It's an exciting match. I would expect Chimaev to be the favorite. And he is.
MMA Guru shared a cautiously optimistic view on the Du Plessis versus Chimaev fight. He said he initially believed Dricus would win and still slightly favors him, mainly due to DDP's physical strength, which could prevent Chimaev from dominating. However, he also acknowledged that Chimaev is extremely dangerous in the first round. While Guru is rooting for Du Plessis, he admits that if Khamzat secures the victory, it will likely happen early.
DDP? I don't know anymore, man. These guys are, I used to think, you know what, DDP's got him. And I still think that, dude, he might just be too strong to be muscled around like this.
Yeah.
But Chimaev is truly on a different level.
I think DDP beats him.
I think he could, and I am leaning that way.
Yeah.
But now I'm real.
Yeah.
You know, I also want DDP to win, but I'm leaning towards DDP.
Yeah.
Because I think the idea of Chimaev is a round one guy.
Yeah.
You know? If he takes out DDP in round one.
Guru advised that Du Plessis shouldn't just play defense at the start of the fight. He suggested that Dricus open aggressively, even go for a takedown himself, to throw Chimaev off balance. According to him, Chimaev thrives when he dictates the pace early, so applying pressure from the start could disrupt his rhythm. He noted that Chimaev's previous opponents haven't tested his confidence right away, and doing so might shake his composure.
So this is why I don't think DDP should go out there like, got stuff to take down. Dude, get on his hips before you.
Yep.
You know? And if he stuffs it, so be it. It'll be the least thing he expects. And for a second, Chimaev, who's a killer.
Yeah.
He's a murderer.
Yep.
He goes out there, I'm going to drag this guy in the first round, destroy him. For a second, he goes, what the?
Yeah.
If you can snap that on Chimaev for a second, Whitaker, he never had a moment in that fight where he thought, what's going on?
It was he got me back his
He was complete composure. Same with Usman. Burns had him re-second guess himself.
Yep.
But all the good first rounds he's had, there's never been a snap in his mental game. That always happens in the later rounds. But if DDP shoots on him, there's a moment in Chimaev's head where he goes, what the f are you doing?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's not this killer in a fight.
Yeah.
Lastly, Guru explained that even if Du Plessis fails to land a takedown, he can still shift the fight's momentum through smart positioning and activity. He emphasized that staying in guard and staying busy with elbows or sweeps is far safer than being stuck in side control, especially against Chimaev's heavy top pressure. With current rules allowing knees on the ground, Guru warned that Du Plessis must avoid static positions and instead keep moving, forcing Chimaev to constantly adjust.
He's asking a question. He's on my hips.
Yeah.
If he sprawls it, if he gets the whizzer and throws DDP over, and why did DDP do that? Now DDP can go, well, I'm going for a leg.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a leg. See how he deals with this.
Yep.
I'm going to get guard back.
Yep.
I'm going to see if I can elbow him off bottom position. It's much easier to survive in guard than it is for someone to have
side control
with their body lock, and they can punch you, especially now with knees and you can't play the hand game. Don't get caught up.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in those positions. And choose him.
That's it for today's video. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about their fight? We would love to hear your thoughts on this fight. So share your thoughts on this in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also, check out our other videos on the screen right now.